Happy bourbon hunting out there, everyone. Since my work takes me around the country a little bit, I got to do some bourbon hunting in different states like Colorado and Ohio, along with my home state of Georgia. First up, in the home state of Georgia, found at Costco nonetheless for a really fantastic price. Picked up some Heaven Hill bottled in bond. Now this guy right here is just a staple. He's good for mixing, he's good for sipping neat. For those of you that think Costco is just for buying paper plates and dog food in bulk, it's not. Every now and then some of them have liquor stores and they have fantastic prices on things like Maker's Mark, Heaven Hill, Whistle Pig, a whole bunch of great ones are there. This was a total score. Next one on my list was just a brand that I haven't even tried and I've always wanted to. Found this for about 70 bucks. I got some Peerless Small batch, clocking in at 108 proof. I'm really looking forward to this. I've heard nothing but great things about Peerless. It's on my short list of distilleries when I will go back to the Bourbon Trail. Very excited to crack into this bottle. My next one I was really excited to find. Walked into a liquor store in Ohio and they just had their allocated drop. Found a Knob Creek 12, and even better, I found it for MSRP. When I've had all the other Knob Creeks, a lot of them are really good for straight sipping, a lot of them are really good for mixing. I've never actually tried this expression. Also, points for the cool dip wax cap. Guys, have you had Knob Creek 12? Tell me what I'm in for. Next up on my list of excellent finds is the 2025 release of 13th Colony Maple, clocking in at 112 proof from my home state of Georgia down in the south. This guy right here is supposed to be fantastic. I've heard a lot of great things about 13th Colony. And, I just haven't had a chance to try them out, so I'm really excited to crack into this one. I actually reached out to 13th Colony about doing a tour, tasting, and filming experience. They said they were happy to have me, but they don't allow anyone to film or give interviews on site, which is kind of a letdown. But either way, at some point I will make my way out there. I'm very excited to dive into this one. This is another one. Have you tried it? Let me know in the comments. And last but not least, on my trip to Ohio, I was setting up a tour at Riverroots Distillery for later in the year, and I just had to try a couple of their bourbons. So what did I get? I picked up the Guardian. Now this 120 proof behemoth is fantastic. Riverroots isn't necessarily a grain to glass distillery. They focus more on barrel selection. They travel around the US selecting the finest single barrels and they make their bottles from that. This guy right here, I tasted him on site and boy was he fantastic. Now the distribution around the US isn't huge, but if you're lucky enough to find Riverroots on the shelf where you're at, pick up whatever bottle you can find. Every single one of them at the barreling company I tried, I wanted to buy, but I only picked up one. Guys, May's been a wonderful month of bourbon hunting. I'm really excited to dive into these guys. If you've tried any of them, let me know in the comments. And if there's anything I need to find that I really just need to try out there, by all means, let me know. I'm always open to new bourbon experiences. Save a pour for me because you know what? Bourbon's better with friends. Catch you soon.